Hi guys, it's Sam here with Bargain Hunting Blonde, and today I'm bringing you 5 reasons why you should buy Celine handbags. Or honestly, Celine in general. I love Celine, but I think most of us when we think of Celine, we think of handbags. So first, some eye candy of one of my most recent Celine purchases, and that is my beautiful Celine Triomphe bag in the medium size. This is what they consider a stone color. It's a stone gray color. It shows up much more beige on camera than it is in real life, and much more of like a taupe color, but it is very beautiful. It is really solidly a silver in real life. Not silver, excuse me, gray. And then it has the gold hardware right there in the Triomphe symbol, which is actually a symbol that they have kind of revived from Celine past. But this is the newer Celine, which we've all been seeing for years now, which does not have the accent on the E. But I do love this bag. It is very, very similar to the box bag. It just has a different clasp. So, 5 reasons why I think you should buy Celine, because I think Celine gets a bad rap. So I think a lot of people shy away from Celine because Celine does not have necessarily the resale value that like covers its costs. So like when people buy Chanel or Hermes, they have the idea that like when I resell it, I will maybe get more than I paid for it, which is a whole nother thing to discuss. And I don't think that's always completely accurate, but in general, that's what people think. And so they often don't want to buy brands that they see have bad resale value. I will start out by saying this completely, that I do not buy bags because of their resale value. I buy bags that I love, and if they don't work out for me, then I resell them. So, and to me, if you're losing some money when you resell it, that's like the cost of you wearing the bag. And so I don't see anything wrong with that. Like, you're using the bag, obviously that's going to devalue the bag somewhat. It's like driving a car off a car lot. But okay, without further ado, my 5 reasons. Number 1, quality. So the quality of this bag is amazing. The glazing on this bag is amazing. The stitching is amazing. I have an older box bag. I have vintage Celines. I have everything, and the quality is there. I think that's one thing that people don't realize is that Celine quality is great. They have beautiful leathers. They have just attention to detail that I feel like a lot of the other brands have just like gone away with because they're trying to mass produce things. You'll see that Celine doesn't come out with like a new it bag every season. Maybe you'll see 2 new bags. You're like, oh, that's cool, a year. That just, their thing is they keep classics. So I think if you're really someone who's looking for quality, Celine is your bag brand. I also think that people should take into account if you're buying something that is more of a box leather, it might scratch. That is box leather. That is not necessarily a quality issue. Just wanted to throw that out there because I know people will be like, oh, but the box bag will have a bunch of marks on it. It's like, yes, because someone used it and it's box leather. Box leather does wear like that. That's just kind of the thing it's known for. Number 2 is they are very understated. So this is probably one of their least understated bags, and the only thing that actually says Celine on, well, technically there's 2 things, is one on the very front of this lock. And if you know that this symbol is a Celine symbol, and then 2, this is the little adjuster for the strap, which I have tucked in. It does say embossed on there, Celine. So I think if you're really someone who's not into logos, Celine is a great brand for you. They do have a canvas that is a little more logo heavy, but again, I think Celine isn't that well known, and people know that that is the Celine logo. It's also not literally LVs like Louis Vuitton does. It is more of a pattern. So I think they're great for people who want less logos on their bags. 3, I think people forget that Celine has a lot of the qualities that we look for in other brands. So for example, Celine does have what they consider a bag spa or call a bag spa, very much like Hermes, where they will repair the bag, they will clean the bag. They normally recommend that you at least have the bag for 2 years before they want to clean it, but they will do that. I do know, depending on the sales associate you talk to, they might say you have to have purchased it from a Celine boutique so they can see you in their system, but I've also been told with other vintage Celine pieces, as long as you have bought things from Celine and that item is, even if it's pre-loved, is authentic, they will take it in and spa the bag. I think that's great. I think that's something we forget about. A lot of brands don't really talk about that, but they have them, and I know personally, having discussed this with a Celine sales associate, Celine does have it. 4 is that these bags are super classic silhouettes. This is the most updated version of the box bag silhouette, but I have a horse and carriage, which I'll put up a picture of, Celine box bag. It's not actually called a box bag, but it looks just like the box bag. It is many, many years old. I don't even know actually how old it is. And it is this exact same sort of silhouette. Then you have the actual box bag, which has been around for years, and then you have this new updated version of it. So Celine keeps these classic silhouettes around. They are very Parisian, they are very understated, and for me, I love the vibes. As someone who loves Cezanne, who loves Bash Paris, who loves the brands that are very classic looking, Celine just really hits home for me, and I love that. Lately, they have come out with a couple more trendy pieces for their like shoes or ready to wear, but their bags really tend to be just solid investments for a wardrobe. And lastly, I think this is one that you should all be excited that the resale value might not necessarily be there, is that you can get pre-loved deals on these bags. I think if you are thinking about testing out Celine, if you don't mind a couple marks, you can score great deals on so many websites. Fashionphile, Rebag, eBay, Yuki's Closet, they all have Celine pieces for less than retail, and sometimes like half or even more less than retail. So just because the resale value isn't good doesn't mean that you shouldn't be buying the brand, because you can now get those deals for the resale value not being good. I'm not saying you have to buy Celine brand new. I personally love to buy Celine brand new when I'm in Europe because the prices are so much better there. But if you're not in Europe and you want a deal, go on any of those websites. You will see tons of Celine, tons of different colors, tons of different varieties of, you know, from being never used, like new condition, to having more wear on them. You have tons of options. So I think if you are in the hunt for a bag that is a classic silhouette, well made, deal if you go pre-loved, if you go buy it pre-loved, excuse me, and something that is basically logoless, Celine is the brand for you. Like, I know that people write off Celine's a lot. I think maybe they think it's an old person brand. Personally, if I'm thinking anything's an old person brand, it's probably Chanel, and I still love Chanel, and I do not consider myself an old person, though I'm sure lots of people would, because I'm technically a millennial. But I think Celine is a great brand. I would love to know your guys' opinions about Celine down below. Do you own Celine? Do you want to buy Celine? Are you not at all into Celine? Why or why not? Love to chat about that. If you don't want to comment down below, please, I'm struggling today, guys. Please feel free to DM me. I'd love to talk to you guys about handbags. You don't ever have to apologize when you ask me questions through DMs about handbags. I love to talk about it. Sometimes I don't know the answers, but if I don't know, I will just let you know that I don't know. So if you want to see handbag more, guys, the struggle is real. Okay, here, we're gonna try this again. If you want to see more handbag reviews, handbag reveals, handbag comparisons, please make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video, which is twice a week. If you want to see how I style my bags, please make sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, my blog, all of which are linked down below. Thank you so much for tuning in today, guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys!